My name's Tim Wright. I'm a sheet metal worker at Baker Group, shop foreman. I'm a father to 3 children. December 9th, it was just an uneventful Saturday. It got to be, late afternoon, early evening, and we decided we were gonna run into Altoona and maybe do some Christmas shopping and get some stocking stuffers and get something to eat. We ended up wanted to go to Cool Basil in Altoona.
I'm Wendy Rockey. I have been a nurse for 31 years. Most of that has been in cardiac nursing, and I help manage all the cardiac departments for Unity Point Health in Des Moines.
My name is Amber Burke. I'm a nurse coordinator at the Blank Children's Cancer and Blood Disorder Center. I'm a primary nurse coordinator for roughly 20 to 25 oncology patients, and I also help manage care for people with blood disorders. We had finished our dinner and we were waiting for our check, actually. We were ready to leave.
We had just got to the restaurant, hadn't even taken off our coats yet.
Yeah, we got done eating, and paid our bill and was just basically preparing to leave. And all of a sudden I got warm and I never really thought much of it, but then I got dizzy. My girlfriend said that she had realized she was talking to me and I wasn't there, and so she's come over to my side and realized I really wasn't there, and said the waiter was going by, and she asked him, said, "Something's wrong, we need to call 911.
She got up to go over to him, and that's when I could see him slumped over. And she started saying, "What are you doing? Are you okay?" I said, "I'm a nurse, can I help?" And she just went, I don't know. Like I yelled, "I need 2 men to help me move, to help me lift him." They helped me get him on the ground, and where I could check his pulse better and kind of try to assess what was going on, and I didn't feel a pulse. And so I started CPR and did a few rounds, and then I thought I felt him move. And so I stopped to check his pulse again. And that's when someone came up, finally. It felt like eternity. It was probably 2 minutes. And she said, "Can I help?" into my ear. And I said, "Can you help me find a pulse?"
I knew there was an issue, so I got out of the booth and went across the restaurant. I quickly said, can I help? I checked a pulse. He had a pulse initially and then very quickly lost that pulse. And what I didn't realize is Wendy had already done a round of compressions on him, but I just felt him lose a pulse and he was not breathing. So I initiated CPR and I provided compressions until the police officers and paramedics arrived.
When the police got there, they put the AED on, and it said, "No shock advised, continue CPR." And that was sort of that first moment when you're like, okay, now a machine has verified what we're finding here, because I've done CPR before. I'm a cardiac nurse, but all of them, it's maybe a handful of times, but it has been in a hospital.
They didn't have a pulse. They connected the AED that they brought and it said no shock advised. So typically that means you don't have a pulse. An AED is designed to correct an abnormal rhythm in your heart, but you have to have a rhythm to correct. I said, they have it taken care of. Like, the medics are here. They were connecting him to the Lucas device at the time. I said, "I'm really sorry, but my daughter's over there and she's very upset, but we also have tickets to a show. Are you okay if I go?" She's like, go. So I left the restaurant and I had no closure. I had no idea if they got a pulse back. So the whole time I was sitting at the show, I just kept thinking, like, did I do the compressions right? Did I push deep enough? Did I push fast enough? Was I in the right spot? And the only thing you could do was hope and pray.
I woke up not knowing where I was, just looking at the inside, I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm in an ICU.
He ended up being taken to one of my hospitals, and then ended up on one of my units that I help manage.
Because I knew she was a nurse at Unity Point, and that's where I was, and I was asking all the way through. So have you heard of a nurse that was given CPR at Cool Basil on Saturday night? It was a couple days before I met Wendy. Amber was out of town.
I walked in and I said, I'm one of the managers of this unit, and I said, and I'm also the nurse from the restaurant. And his daughter was right there, and she goes, we've been looking for you. It was very, very touching, I think, for all of us. But just to know that he's okay and that it made a difference.
But I got to meet Jada, and I got to meet his daughter, and they were ever so thankful, but they were just fantastic.
I'm extremely fortunate because it's very rare. It's very rare, and the fact that you survive it's even more rare.
The fact that he has this severe issue that could have ended his life, but we were able to provide care to give him time to get to the hospital and find out that problem so that he can keep living there's no words.
I'm glad I was there. So glad. Like Sadie said, which is my daughter, I'm glad we didn't go into one more store.
I can't thank them enough. There's no doubt in my mind I wouldn't be alive if they wouldn't have done what they done and cared enough to do it. And I'm so thankful. I can't ever thank them enough for that.